Okay, and we're finally back, this time with the actual mainline Pokemon games that we're going to be looking over today. I'm going to start this by saying, opinion, thank you. Now, some of these will be, like we have red, the Japanese version, as well as green. We also have, red and Japanese blue, and then we have blue. They're going to probably be rated the same. If I think blue goes somewhere, I'm just going to put the Japanese version with it, and vice versa. Green's going to go wherever blue goes, because that was essentially their blue. Regardless, we're going to start up here. Alpha Sapphire, solid game. I think Gen 3 is a solid generation, and this was a good remake for it. I like what they did with a lot of things. I think the new primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre was pretty solid. One thing I wasn't a fan of, maybe all the Hoopa rings, if they would have went more into that. I feel like after Gen 5, we didn't really get mythical events, and I kind of hated that. Like Gen 5, you had the Victini thing going on. But then after that, they with Genesect just kind of gave it out. I didn't like that as much. So I feel like the Hoopa thing was kind of mishandled here. And I think Magearna leaking so early, and everyone thinking we're going to get Magearna a lot quicker. It's just not that great. Let's see. Black and White 2. Black and White 2 is good. I like the original Black and White, but I think they were kind of mid. But I'm going to say Black and White 2 stepped it up, added something new. I'm going to go ahead and put just likewise games. I think I'm going to go based off Legendary, so I'm going to say this one's kind of... I like Groudon a little more, so I'm going to put it right next to it, but a little better. I like Reshiram a bit more, which leads me to like Kyurem White a bit more. So I'm probably going to put White 2 above Black 2. But yeah, no, these are solid games. Honestly good. Best remakes so far was the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for sure, though. Black and White, they're mid. They're not bad. I mean, they're solid games, I guess. Not my favorite, personally, but I mean, they're not bad. I don't hate them. Like I said, Black and White 2 really make these games a lot better, but they're pretty solid. These are okay. I mean, my deal with the original Pokemon games is it was more, this is proof of concept. This is what we can do. And they tried it out. It worked pretty well for them, obviously. We're here in 25 years. They just dropped the Post Malone concert yesterday, at least at the time of me recording this. So I think it was pretty solid. Can't go wrong with that. Not bad. I think this was a good starting point. I think it's an alright game. I think it's pretty good. Also an okay Crystal. I think Crystal was alright. I personally liked it. I feel like Gen 2's not the best gen, but it's not terrible. It's actually a lot of fun. Sometimes, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, and because it's that bad, I'm gonna put Gold and Silver in the poop crap tier. These are not fun to play. Crystal only makes it because it's a third iteration, and I've mentioned before, third iteration of games or second iteration of games in some cases for Black and White 2. I always put a little bit higher just because I feel like the production value went up. And you'll see that going on a little forward. Next up we have Diamond. Okay, Diamond and Pearl, they're mid, and they're not as good as Black and White, in my opinion. Okay, I think the games are good. I think the games are fun, but like I said, I've clocked out on Diamond and Platinum. But for Diamond and Pearl, they're good. They're just they're good starting point. You want to talk about a good one though? That's Platinum. Platinum goes up here in a favorite. I'm gonna put Emerald up here as well. I place an Emerald above Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, because I've always liked the concept of being able to get one game in both legendaries, and I feel like you do that in Emerald. In in Alpha Sapphire and Mega Ruby, you still get Rayquaza. It's the same with normal Ruby and Sapphire, but I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I like the third iteration of that. It's just a lot better for me personally. Which what this series is about? It's about me, not you. Now, Fire Red and Leaf Green. I mean, it's Gen 1 with a shinier coat of paint. I'll put it above Crystal, but I don't think I can give it much more than that. It has a few new things in there, and it's the first time that we got green here in the States, or at least a green, but I'm going to sit here and say I don't think it was necessarily revolutionary or groundbreaking, So, I'm going to go with that. Let's go once again, it's just Gen 1 with a shinier color paint. Although this one did take a different twist on it. You got to actually run into all the pro tags from the first game and stuff like that. So I think that was also solid as hell. We got Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Heart Gold and Soul Silver were some more just good games, and I really liked those games a lot. They remake of Gen 2, but they did a really good job remaking it. That I didn't feel like it was poop crap necessarily, and it's better than okay. I'd actually put them in like, these are mid. These are not bad. I actually really like them. I like the concept with the Poke Walker and stuff like that. I don't know. I liked it quite a bit, so I'm gonna go with it. Um, Now here's where things get a little bit sketch. Okay, I'm gonna put Ultra Sun and Moon here in the favorites tier. I'm gonna put Sun and Moon up pretty high on the solid tier. I think these are good games. People shit on Sun and Moon a lot, and I don't understand why. I think it's honestly some of the best Pokemon that I've ever played. I'm actually gonna put them above Platinum and Emerald. This is some of the best Pokemon I've personally played in a minute, and I think that they deserve their spot on the solid and the favorite tier right there in the front. And I think it's very difficult to beat them in each respective tier. Sun and Moon were just solid, and Ultra Sun and Moon just took Sun and Moon. They remixed the freak out of it, man. It's literally almost a black and white too, except they just remixed it. They didn't like really continue the story, but it's solid. It was the first time that Pokemon tried to introduce like a boss battle, like not like a you're fighting Giovanni type boss battle, but like a this Pokemon will beat your ass boss battle, and I like that. The Ocean Across my fight was pretty fun. I actually enjoyed that segment of the game. I liked how they did with the little wormholes and stuff. I thought that was cool. And the way to shiny hunt, new ways to do things, always fun. Just interesting factors about it. Next, we're gonna go into the OG Ruby and Sapphire, and I'm gonna say something, man. I love these games, but I think they're okay. I'm gonna put them under Fire Red and Leaf Green, man. They're okay. They're not bad games. I think they're pretty good. They look pretty. Music's great, but just, I mean, you just go raw Pokemon. I mean, there's better games. I like Ruby and Sapphire, but it's no Oraz. Oraz definitely, like, Oraz took this game and made it completely new, and that's why they deserve solid. But these original games are just okay. They're not bad. Next, we're gonna go into Sword and Shield. Um, I'm gonna say these go into solid. I'm probably gonna put them. I'll put them above Black and White too. These games aren't bad. A lot of people don't like them because of the limited decks, but I think the limited decks actually made it for a more interesting experience because it forced you to use Pokemon that you didn't use before. You couldn't just bring over your same like 6 Ubermons from like last gen and just play through the game like that. So I think it was pretty good. Okay, next is gonna be X and Y. Now X and Y is a little different. I'm not sure exactly where to put them, but I'm probably gonna put them down here in the poop crap. They're not terrible games by any means. It's just that Kalos was boring, and like I've mentioned it before, I don't remember anything from Kalos other than like a couple of cities and a couple of Pokemon. I don't remember a lot of things from Kalos, and it's just not worth it. And I'm gonna put Yellow. I'm gonna give Yellow benefit of the doubt because it was the first game that lets you have a Pokemon kind of follow you, which is interesting. And I know they did that in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but it's not enough to make it too much higher than okay. It's still Gen 1. It's still the same game that you've played before, just with a Pikachu following you. And I think this is definitively the best possible tier list we could possibly make out of this. I don't see there being... Only thing I will maybe change, I maybe drop some Pokemon out of mid to okay. Because you can make arguments that Let's Go is kind of not that great. Or you can make arguments for Heart Gold and Soul Silver being a little better. Maybe I'll move them up in the tier. I might actually do that. And then we'll move these over above Diamond and Pearl. I think this is fun. This is the definitive tier list right here. This right here is the... I don't think you can get any better than this. I think it's fair. You got all your Gen 1s and your Gen 3s and Crystal here in the okay tier. They're good games, but they're not the best. Got your poop crap. We don't talk about these games. You got your mid. You got your solid. We got my favorites. I think it's going to be it. Get out my face.